periodically throughout that will be recapping what just happened. So when you see somebody, they're just basically restating what happened in common English. So, now, without further ado, I would like to hand it over to narrator Michaelos.
In the halls of the Duchess of Ephesus, an old man from Syracuse pleads for his life. The discord between Ephesus and Syracuse demands the death of any traveler from the opposing city. The old man, Aegeon, pleads with the Duchess, telling the story of his untimely separation by shipwreck from his wife, one of his twin sons, and the twin of his son's servant. His search brought him his other twin son and his son's servant to Ephesus. The Duchess is so moved by the story that she allows the man to try and pull out payment to free himself from the death penalty.
Therefore, give out. You are about to damn him, lest your goods too soon be confiscated. This very day, a Syracusean merchant has been apprehended upon arrival here, and not being able to buy up his own life, dies in the wearisome suns in the west. Here's your money that I had to give you.
Go bear it to the centaur, where we host, and stay there, Dromio, till I come to thee. For within this hour it'll be dinner time. Till that, I'll view the manners of the town, peruse the traders, and gaze upon the buildings, and then return and sleep within my inn. For with long travel I am stiff and weary. Get thee away.
Many a man would take you at your word and go indeed, having so good a meal.
A trusty villain, ma'am, that very often I am dull with care and melancholy, lightens my humor with his merry jest. What, will you walk with me about the town, and then go to my inn and dine with me?
I have invited sir to certain merchants with whom I hope to make much benefit. I beg your pardon. Please soon I'll meet with you upon the mart, and after consort you till bedtime. My present business calls me from you now.
Farewell till then. I will go lose myself and wander up and down to view the city.
Sir, I commend you to your own content.
She that commends me to mine own content, commends me to the thing I cannot get. I to the world am like a drop of water, that in the ocean seeks no the drop, who volley there to find his fellow forth, unseen, inquisitive, confounds himself. So I, to find a mother and a brother, in search of them, unhappy, lose myself. But here comes the almanac of my true day. What now? How chance thou art returned so soon?
Return so soon? Rather approach too late. The capon burns, the pig falls from the spit. The clock had struck 12 upon the bell. My mistress made it 1 upon my cheek. She is so hot because you come not home. You come not home because you have no stomach. You have no stomach, having broke your fast. But we who know what 'tis to fast and pray are penitent for your false sake.
Stop in your wind, sir, and tell me this, I pray. Where have you left the money I gave you?
The 6pence that I had on Wednesday last made the saddler for my mistress cover. Supper had a strike, catch it not.
I am not in the sport of humor now. Tell me, and doubt it not, where is the money? We being strangers here, how darest thou trust so great a charge in thine own custody?
Sir, I pray you, as you sit at dinner, I for my mistress come to you in post. If I return, I shall be post indeed, for she will score your faults upon my pate. Methinks your maw, like mine, should be your clock, and strike you home without a messenger.
Come, Romeo, come. These jests, they're out of season. Reserve them till a merrier hour than this. Where is the gold I gave in charge to thee?
To me, sir, why you gave no gold to me?
Have done your foolishness, sir knave, and tell me how thou hast disposed thy charge.
My charge was but to fetch you home from the mart to your house, the Phoenix. My mistress and her sister doth await you there.
What safe place have you bestowed my money? Or shall I break that very sconce of yours that stands on tricks when I am well disposed? Where is the 1,000 marks thou hadst to me?
I have some marks of yours upon my pate, some of my mistress marks upon my shoulders, but not 1,000 marks between you both. Perhaps if I should repay your worship those again, you will not bear them patiently.
Thy mistress's marks? What mistress, slave, hast thou?
Your worship's wife, my mistress at the Phoenix. She that doth fast and pray till you come home to dinner.
Thou flout me thus into my face being permitted? Hold, take that!
What mean you, sir? For God's sake, hold your hand. Thank you, I'll take my heels.
Come, my life, my son device her all. The villain is overbought all my money. They say this town is full of cozenage, as nimble jugglers deceive the eye, dark-working sorcerers that change the mind, soul-killing witches that deform the body, disguised cheaters, prating mountebanks, and the many such like liberties of sin. If it proves so, I'll be gone to the sooner. alter the centaur to seek the slave, for I greatly fear my money is not safe.
After sending his servant Dromio back to their lodgings with a bag of gold, Antipholus of Syracuse is met by Dromio again, who bids him come home to dinner. Not realizing that there was a case of mistaken identity on both sides, Antipholus grows angry with Dromio for the supposed jest and demands to know where the gold is. Confused, Dromio of Ephesus flees before Antipholus could execute the fullness of his rage.
Neither my husband nor the slave returned, and in such haste I set to seek his master. Sure, Luciana, it's 2 o'clock.
Perhaps some merchant hath invited him, and from the market some are going to dinner. Good sister, let us dine and never fret. A man is master of his liberty. Time is their master, and when they see time, they'll go or come. If so, be patient, sister.
Why should their liberty than ours be more?
Because their business still lies out a door.
Look, when I serve him so, he takes it ill.
Oh, no, he is the bridle of your will.
There's none but mules will be bridled, so.
Why, headstrong liberty is lashed with woe. There's nothing situate under heaven's eye but hath his bound in earth, in sea, and sky. The beasts, the fishes, and the winged fowls are their male subjects, and at their controls. Men more divine, the masters of all these, lords of the wide world and wild watery seas, endued with intellectual sense and souls, of more preeminence than fish and fowls, are masters to their females and their lords. Then let your will attend on their accords.
The servitude makes you the key of wit.
Not this, but troubles of the marriage bed.
But were you wedded, you would bear some sway.
Ere I learned love, I'll practice to obey.
How if your husband starts some other where?
Till he come home again, I would prepare.
Patience unmoved, no marvel though she pause. They can be meek that have no other cause. A wretched soul bruised with adversity, we bid be quiet when we hear it cry. But were we burdened with like weight of pain, as much or more would we ourselves complain. So thou that hast no unkind maid to grieve thee, with urging helpless patience wouldst relieve me. But if thou love to seek like right breath, the school bank patience of thee will be left.
Well, I will marry one day, but to try. Here comes your man. Now is your husband mine?
Say, is your tardy master now at hand?
Nay, he's at 2 hands with me, and that my 2 ears can bear witness.
Say, didst thou speak with him? Knowest thou his mind?
Aye, he told me his mind upon mine ear, but through his hand I scarce could understand him.
Spake he so doubtfully thou couldst not feel his meaning?
Nay, he struck so plainly I could too well feel his blows, and withal so doubtfully I could scarce understand them.
But say, I prithee, is he coming home? It seems he has great care to please his wife.
My sure mistress, my master, is horn mad.
Horn mad, thou villain!
I mean not stark mad, but sure he is the cold mad. When I desired him to come home, he asked me for 1,000 marks in gold. 'Tis dinner time, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. The meat doth burn, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Will you come home, sir, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Where is the 1,000 marks I gave thee, villain? The pig, quoth I, is burned. My gold, quoth he. My mistress, sir, quoth I. I know not thy mistress. Hang up thy mistress. Out upon thy mistress. Quoth my master. I know, quoth he. No house, no wife, no mistress. And so my errand, due unto my tongue, I bore home upon my shoulders, for in conclusion he did beat me there.
Go back again, thou slave, and fetch him home.
Go back again and be beaten anew? For goodness sake, send some other messenger.
Back, slave, or I will break your paid cross.
And he will bless that cross with more beating. Between you I shall have a holy head.
Hence, prating peasant, fetch thy master home.
Am I so round with you as you with me? Like a football you do spurn me thus? You spurn me hence, and he will spurn me hither. If I last in this service, you must case me in leather.
Why, how impatience loureth in your face.
His company must do his minion's grace, whilst I at home starve for a merry look. Hath homely age the alluring beauty took from my poor cheek? Then he hath wasted it. Are my discourses dull, barren my wit? If voluble and sharp discourse be marred, unkindness blunts it more than marble hard. Did their gay vestments his affections bait? That's not my fault. He is master of my state. What ruins are in me that can be found by him not ruined? Then he is the ground for my defeatures. A sunny look of his would soon repair, but too unruly dear he breaks the pale and puts me home each, for I am but his stale.
Self-harming jealousy, fie, beat it hence.
Unfeeling fools can with such wrongs dispense. I know his eye doth homage otherwhere, or else what lets it but you be here? Sister, you know he promised me a chain. With that alone he would detain, that he would keep fair quarter with his bed. I see see the jewel best enabled to lose his beauty, yet the gold bites still, the gold that others touch, and often touching will wear gold, and no man that hath a name by falsehood potion doth it shame, since that my beauty cannot face his eye, all weep but left away and weeping die.
How many fond fools serve mad jealousy?
Adriana, the wife of Antipholus of Ephesus, complains of her husband's absence to her sister Luciana, who tries to console her. Dromio enters and recounts his strange encounter with Antipholus. Shocked and hurt by the story, Adriana demands that Dromio search out her husband again.
The gold I gave to Dromio is laid up safe with the centaur, and the heedful slave is wandered forth in care to seek me out by computation and mine own post report. I could not speak with Dromio since at first I sent him from the mart. But see, here he comes. How now, sir, is your merry humor altered? As you love strokes, so jest at me again. What, you know no centaur? You receive no gold. Thy mistress sent to have me on to dinner. My house is at the Phoenix. Wast thou mad that thus so madly thou dost answer me?
What answer, sir? When spake I such a word?
Even now, even here, not half an hour since.
I have not seen you since you sent me hence, home to the centaur with the gold you gave me.
Villain, thou dost deny the gold receipt and toldest me of a mistress and a dinner, for which I hope I felt as I was displeased.
I am glad to see you in this merry vein, master. What means this jest? I pray you tell me.
Thinkest thou I jest? Hold, take it, there!
Oh, sir, for goodness sake, now your jest is earnest. Upon what bargain do you give it to me?
Because that I, familiarly, sometimes use you for my fool and chat with you. Your sauciness will jest upon my love and make it common in my serious hours. When the sun shines, let foolish gnats make sport, but creep and crannies when he hides his beams. If you would jest with me, know my aspect, fashion your demeanor to my looks, or I will beat this method into your sconce.
Sconce, you call it. So you would leave battering? I had rather have it to head, and you use these blows long. I should get a sconce for my head and ensconce it too, or else I shall seek my wit in my shoulders. But I pray, sir, why am I beaten?
Dost thou not know?
Nothing, sir, but that I am beaten.
Well, shall I tell you why?
Aye, and wherefore, for they say every why hath a wherefore.
Why, first, for flouting me, and then wherefore for urging me the second time.
Was there ever any man thus beaten out of season, when in the why and the wherefore there was neither rhyme nor reason? Well, sir, I thank you.
Thank me? Sir, for what?
Oh, marry, sir, for this is something you gave me for nothing.
I'll make you amends next. Give you nothing for something. But, say, is it dinner time?
Nay, I think the meat wants that I have.
In good time, but what's that?
Tasting.
Well, sir, then 'twill be dry.
Now, if it is, I pray you, eat none of it,
Your reason?
lest it make you choleric and purchase me another dry basin.
Well, sir, learn to jest a good time, for there's a time for all things.
I durst have denied that before you were so choleric.
Oh, by what rule?
Marry, sir, by a rule as plain as the plain bald pate of Father Time himself.
Let's hear it.
There's no time for a man to recover his hair that grows bald by nature.
But may he not do it by fine and recovery?
Yes, pay a fine for a periwig and to recover the lost hair of another man.
Why is time so lacking in hair, being as it is so plentiful in excrement?
Because it's a blessing he bestows upon beasts, and when he has scanted been in hair, he hath given them in wit.
But there's many a man hath more hair than wit.
Not a man be, but those have the wit to lose his hair.
Why, thou dost conclude that hairy men, plain dealers without wit.
The plainer the dealer, the sooner lost. Yet he loseth it in a kind jaunt.
For what reason?
For two, and sound ones too.
Nay, not sound, I pray you.
Sure ones, then.
Nay, not sure ones, and a thing falsing.
Certain ones, then.
Then name them.
The one, to save the money that he spends in trimming. The other, that at dinner they should not drop in his porridge.
You would all this time have proved there's no time for all things.
Marry, sir, and did. Namely, no time to recover hair lost by nature.
But your reason was not substantial. Why there is no time to recover.
Thus, I mend it. Time himself is bald, and therefore, the world's end will have bald followers.
I knew this would be a false conclusion. But stop, who walks us yonder?
Aye, Antipholus, looks strange and proud. Some other mistress hath thy sweet aspect. I'm not Adriana nor thy wife. That thou art thus estranged from thyself, my God being strange to me, thou undividable, incorporate, and better than thy dear self's better part? Ah, do not tear thyself away from me, for know, my love, as easy mayest thou fall.
Speak you to me, fair dame? I know you not. In Ephesus, we are but 2 hours old, a stranger to your town as to your talk, who every word by all my wit being scanned, want wit and all one word to understand.
My brother, how the world is changed with you. When were you wont to use my sister thus? She sent for you by Dromio home to dinner.
By Dromio?
By me.
By thee, and this thou didst return from him, that he did buffet thee, and in his blows denied my house for his, me for his wife.
Did you prefer to serve this gentlewoman? What is the course and drift of your combat?
Aye, sir, I never saw her till this time.
Thou liest, or even her very words that you delivered to me on the mart.
I never spake with her in all my life.
How could she thus call us by our names? Let us be my inspiration.
How ill it agrees with your gravity to counterfeit thus grossly with your slave, abetting him to thwart me in my mood.
But-
Be it my wrong you are from me exempt, but wrong not that wrong with more contempt. Come, I will fasten on this sleeve of thine. Thou art of my husband, I of thine, whose weakness, married to thy stronger state, makes me with thy strength to communicate. If aught possess thee from me, it is drops, usurping ivy, briar, or idle moss, who all for want of pruning with intrusion infect thyself and live on thy diffusion.
To me she speaks, she moves me with her theme. Was I married to her in my dream? Or sleep I now and think I hear all this? What error drives our eyes and ears amiss? Till I know this sure uncertainty, I'll entertain the offered fallacy.
Dromio, go bid the servants spread for dinner.
Oh, for my beads, I crossed me for a sinner. This is the fairyland, oh spite of spites. We talk with goblins, owls, and sprites. If we obey them not, this will ensue. They'll suck our breath or pinch us black and blue.
Why pratest thou to thyself and answerest not, Dromio? Thou drone, thou snail, thou slow, thou sot.
I am transformed, master.
I think thou art a mind, and so am I.
Nay, master, both in my mind and my strength.
Nay, now pass thy own form.
No, I am a knave.
Thou art changed to odd kids to a donkey.
'Tis true, she rides me, and I long for grass. 'Tis so, I am a donkey. Else it can never be, but I should know her as well as she knows me.
Come, come, no longer will I be a fool to put the finger in the eye and weep while man and master laugh my woes to scorn. Come, sir, to dinner. Dromio, keep the gates. Husband, I'll dine above with you today and show you 1,000 idle things. Sirrah, if any ask you for your master, say he dines forth, and let no creature enter. Come, sister. Dromio, play the porter well.
Am I in earth, in heaven, or in hell? Sleeping or waking? Mad or well advised? Known unto these, and to myself disguised. I'll say as they say, and persevere so. In this mist, not all adventures go.
Master, should I play porter at the gate?
Aye, and let none enter, lest I break your pate.
Come, come, Antipholus, be kind to the lady.
After finding the gold at his lodgings, Antipholus of Syracuse stumbles upon his servant Dromio once again. His anger returning, Antipholus demands to know the meaning of Dromio's jest. Bewildered, Dromio claims to never have said anything that Antipholus accused him of. Presently, Adriana and Luciana approach. Adriana rebukes Antipholus and Dromio and begins to drag Antipholus back home. Befuddled, Antipholus and Dromio go along, if only to appease the women.
Good Signora Angela, you must excuse us all. My wife is shrewish when I keep not hours. I've got it. Say that I lingered with you at your shop to see the making of her carcanet, and tomorrow you will bring it home. But here's a villain that would face me down. He met me on the mart, and that I beat him and charged him with 1,000 marks in gold, and that I didst deny my wife and house. Thou drunkard, what didst thou mean by this?
Say what you will, sir, but I know what I know. That you did beat me at the mart today. I have your hand to show. If the skin were parchment and the blows you gave were ink, your own handwriting would tell you what I think.
I think that thou art a donkey.
So it doth appear by the wrongs I suffer and the blows I bear. Being kicked, I should kick, and you would keep from my heels and beware the donkey.
But soft, my door's locked. Bid them let us in.
Maud, Bridget, Jillian, Jen.
Mome, Malhorse, Capon, Coxcomb, Idiot, Patch. Get thee from the door or sit down at the hatch. Dost thou conjure for winches that thou callest for such store when one is one too many? Go, get thee from the door.
What patches, Manor Porter? My master stands in the street.
Let him walk from whence he came, lest he catch cold on his feet. Who talks within there? Ho, open the door. Right, sir. I'll tell you when. You tell me wherefore.
Wherefore? For my dinner. I've not dined today.
For today here you must not. Come again when you may.
What art thou that keeps me from my house, I owe?
The porter for this time, sir, and my name is Dromio.
Oh, villain! Thou hast stolen both my name and mine office. The one there got me credit, the other nickel blame. If thou hadst been Dromio today in my place, thou wouldst have changed both thy name and thy face.
What a coil is there, Dromio? Who are these at the gate?
Lucy, let my master in.
Faith, no, he comes too late, and so tell your master.
Oh, Lord, I must laugh. Have at you with the proverb. Shall I set in my staff?
Have at you with another, that's when, can you tell?
Oh, if thy name be called Lucy, Lucy, thou hast answered him well. Do you hear, minion? You'll let us in, I hope.
I thought to have asked you.
You said no.
Thou baggage, let me in.
Can you tell for whose sake?
Master, knock the door hard.
Let it not till it ain't.
You'll cry for this minion if I beat the door down.
Please all that and bear stuff in the town. What is that at the door that keeps all this noise?
By my troth, your town is troubled with unruly boys. You might have come before.
Your wife, Sir Knave? Go, get you from the door.
You wouldn't pay, master. This maid would go sore.
Here is neither cheer, sore, nor welcome we will faint have either.
They stand at the gate, master. Bid them welcome hither.
You see, there's something in the wind that we cannot get in.
You would say so if your garments were thin. Your cake there is warm within. We stand in the cold. Would man make a man mad as a buck to be so bought and sold?
Go fetch me something. I'll break open the gate. Break any breaking here, and I'll break your knave's pate.
A man may break a word with you, sir, and words are but wind, so as he break it behind and not in your face.
It seems thou wants breaking out upon behind.
Here's too much out upon thee. I pray you, let me in.
Aye, the fowl's no feather and fish no fin.
I'll break in, go borrow me a crow. The crow without feather? Master, mean you so? For a fish without a fin, there's a fowl without a feather. If a crow help us sing here, we'll pluck a crow together.
Go, get thee gone. Fetch me an iron crow.
Have patience, sir, oh let it not be so. Be ruled by me, depart patience. And let us all to the tavern to dinner. And at evening time come yourself alone to know the reason of this strange restraint.
You have prevailed. I will depart with quiet, and in despite of mirth mean to be merry. I know a wench of excellent discourse, pretty and witty, wild yet gentle too. There will we dine, that woman, but I mean my wife. But I protest, without desert, hath oftentimes upbraided me withal. To her will we to dinner, and fetch the chain, by this I know 'tis made. Bring it, I pray you, to the porpentine. For there's the house that chain will I bestow, be it for nothing but to spite my wife upon my posts. In case, since mine own doors refuse to entertain me, I'll knock elsewhere to see if they disdain me.
I'll meet you at that place some hour hence.
Do so, this jest shall cost me some expense.
Antipholus of Ephesus returns home with his friend Angela the goldsmith, and his servant Dromio. Antipholus chides Dromio for accusing him of beating his bond. When Antipholus tries to enter his home, he finds the door locked. Upon calling for entrance, Dromio of Syracuse refused to open the door. After a long argument through the door, Angela convinces Antipholus to dine elsewhere and come again later. Acknowledging his friend's suggestion, Antipholus asks that she bring him the chain she had crafted for him.
And may it be that you have quite forgot a husband's office? Shall Antipholus, even in the spring of love thy love springs brought? Shall love in building grow so ruinous? If you did wed my sister for her wealth, then for her wealth's sake use her with more kindness. Or, If you light elsewhere, do it by stealth. Muffle your false love with some show of blindness. Let not my sister read it in your eye. Be not thy tongue thy own shame's orator. Then, gentle brother, get you in again. Comfort my sister, cheer her, call her wife. 'Tis holy sport to be a little vain, with a sweet breath of flattery conquers strife.
Oh, sweet mistress, what your name is else I know not, nor I would wonder do you hit of mine, less in your knowledge and your grace. You show not that our earth's wonder, more than earth divine. Oh, teach me, dear creature, how to think and speak. Lay open to my earthly gross conceit, swallow them errors, feeble, shallow, weak. The folded meaning of your words to seek. Against my soul's pure truth, why labor you to make it wander in an unknown field? Are you a god? Would you create me new? Transform me then, and to your power I'll yield. But if I am I, then will I know that your weeping sister is no wife of mine, nor to her bed no homage do I owe. Far more to you do I decline. Oh, train me not, sweet mermaid, with thy note, to drown in thy sister's flood of tears. Sing, siren, for thyself, and I will dote. Spread over the silver waves like golden hairs, and as a bed, I'll take them that there lie. And in this glorious supposition, think he gains by death, that hath such wings to die. Let love, being light, be drowned if she sink.
What? Are you mad that you do reason so?
Not mad, but mated. How? I do not know.
It is a fault that springeth from your eye.
For gazing on your beams, the fair sun being by,
Gaze where you should, and that will clear your sight.
as good to wink, sweet love, as a look on night.
Why call you me, love? Call my sister so.
Thy sister's sister.
That's my sister.
No, it is thyself. Mine own self's better part. Mine eyes clear eye, my dear heart's dearer heart. My food, my fortune, and my sweet hope's name. My soul is heaven, my heaven's claim.
All this my sister is, or else should be.
Call thyself sister, sweet, for I am thee. Thee will I love, and with thee lead my life. Thou hast no husband yet, nor I no wife. Give me thy hand.
Oh, soft sir, hold thee still. I'll fetch my sister to get her goodwill.
But, Romeo, where runnest thou so fast?
Do you know me, sir? Am I your man? Am I myself?
Thou art Romeo, thou art my man, thou art thyself.
No, I am a mule. I am a woman's man, and besides myself.
A woman's man? And how besides thyself? Besides thyself?
Marry, sir, besides myself. I am due to a woman, one that claims me, one that haunts me, one that would have me.
What claim has she to thee?
Such a claim as you would lay to your horse, and she would claim me as a beast. Not that I, being a beast, she would claim me, but that she, being a very beastly creature, lays claims to me.
What is she?
A very reverend body, sir. Aye, such a one as a man may not look upon her without he say, Sir, reverence. I have a lean luck in the match, and yet is she a wondrous fat marriage.
Fat marriage? Uh-huh. How dost thou mean a fat marriage?
Marry, sir, she's the kitchen wench, and all grease. And I know not what use to put her to, but to make a lamp of her and run from her by her own light. I warrant her rags and the tallow in them will burn a Poland winter. If she lives till doomsday, she'll burn a week longer than the whole world.
What complexion is she of then?
A sword like your shoe, but nothing half so clean kept. For why? She sweats. And they roll her shoes in the grime of it.
Oh, but that's a fault that water will mend.
No, sir, 'tis ingrained. Noah's flood could not do it.
Oh, wow. Well, what's her name?
Nell, her name and 3/4, that's an L and 3/4. Could not measure her from hip to hip.
Ah, well, then she bears some, bread.
No longer from head to foot than from hip to hip. She is spherical, like a globe. I can find countries in her.
Really? Well, in what part of her body stands Ireland?
Oh, sir, I did not look so low. To conclude, this drudge for diviner laid claim to me, called me Dromio, swore I was assured to her, told me what privy marks I had about me, such as the mark on my shoulder, the mole on my neck, the great wart under my left arm, that I, amazed, ran from her as a witch. And I think, if my breast had not been made of faith and my heart of steel, she would have transformed me into a curved dog and made me turn eyes a wheel.
Wow. Go hide thee presently, post to the road, and if any wind put away from shore, will not harbor in this town tonight. Any bark put forward, come to the mark, while I watch without return to me. Everyone knows us, and we know none. This time I think to trudge back and be gone.
As from a bear a man would run for life, so fly I from her who would be my wife.
There's none but witches do inhabit here. Therefore 'tis high time I were hence. She that called me husband, who breathed my soul doth for a wife abhor. But her fair sister, possessed with such a gentle, sovereign grace, of such enchanting presence and discourse, hath almost made me traitor to myself. But, lest myself be guilty of the self-wrong, I'll stop mine ears against the mermaid's song.
Master Antipholus.
Aye, that's my name.
I know it well, sir. Lo, here is the chain. I thought to have taken you at the porpentine, but the chain unfinished made me stay this long.
What is your will that I shall do with this?
What please you, sir? I made it for you.
Made it for me, madam. I bespoke it not.
Not once, nor twice, but 20 times you did, sir. Go home with it and please your wife withal. And at supper time I will visit you and receive the money for the chain.
But I pray you, madam, I'll receive the money now. For fear you never see the chain nor money more.
You are a married man, sir. I fear you well.
What am I to think of this? I cannot tell. But this I know, there's no man so vain that would refuse so fair an offer chain. I'll to the mart, and there for Dromio stay, and he ship it out straight away. Okay, we didn't talk this through. We're going to have a 10-minute intermission just to like set some stuff up, so feel free to go get a drink or go to the bathroom, whatever, and we'll call you guys back in. We're about to ready to start. Thank you.
Alone with Adriana's beautiful sister, Luciana, Antipholus of Syracuse confesses his undying love for her. Luciana chides him for loving her and not her sister, his wife. She leaves and is replaced by Dromio, who tells Antipholus of the kitchen maid who claims to be his betrothed. Dromio leaves at Antipholus' request for boat passage. Angela approaches and gives Antipholus the chain she made for Antipholus at Ephesus, then leaves before he could pay her.
You know, since Pentecost the sum is due, and since I have not much importuned you, nor now have I not, that I am bound to Persia, one giver to my voyage. Therefore, with present satisfaction, I'll attach you by this office.
Even just the sum that I owed you is going to me by Antipholus, and in the instance that I met with him, he had of me a chain. At 5 o'clock I shall receive the money for the same. Please, if you walk with me down to the gallows, I will discharge my bond and leave you too.
That labor made you safe. See, where you come.
While I go to the goldsmith's house, go thou and buy a rope's end. That will I bestow among my wife and her confederates for locking me out of my doors today. But Saul, I see the goldsmith. Get thee gone and buy a rope. Bring it home to me.
I buy £1,000 a year. I buy a rope.
A man as well hope up that trust to you. I promised both your presents and the chain, but neither chain nor goldsmith came to me. But like you thought our love would last too long that we're chained together, and therefore came you not?
Saving your marriage humor, here is the note. The weight of your gold to the utmost carat. The fineness of the gold in chargeable fashion amounts to 3 odd ducats more than I stand indebted to this man. But I pray you, sir, see him in his church, for he is bound to see and say such for it.
I am not furnished with the precious money. Besides, I have some business in this town. I pray you, take that stranger to my house and bid my wife disperse the sum on the receipt thereof. Perchance I will come there as soon as you.
Then you will bring the chain to her yourself.
No, take it with you, lest I come not in time enough.
Well, sir, I will. Do you have the chain about you?
And if I don't, ma'am, I hope you do, or else you may return home without your money.
I pray you, sir, give me the chain. Both wind and tide stays for this gentleman, and I, to blame, have held him here too long.
Good grief, you use this dalliance to excuse your breach of promise to the porpentine. I should have chid you for not bringing it, but like a shrew, you first begin to brawl.
The hour steals on. I pray you, ma'am, dispatch.
You hear how he importunes me. The chain!
Why, give it to my wife and receive your money.
You know you have it of me. Even now, either give me the chain or send me by some token.
fine. You run this merry humor out of breath. Where is the chain? I pray you, let me see it.
My business cannot brook this dalliance. Good sir, sing with your hands, or no. If not, I'll attach her by this officer.
I answer you. What should I answer you?
The money that you owe me for the chain.
I owe you none till I receive the chain.
You know I gave it to you a half an hour since.
You did no such thing. You wrong me much to say so.
You wrong me more, denying it. Consider how this stains upon my credit.
Well, officer, arrest her at my suit.
And I do, and I charge you in the Duchess's name to obey me.
This touches me in reputation. Either consent to pay this sum to me, or I attach you by this officer.
Consent to pay thee that I never have. Arrest me, thou foolish fellow, if thou darest.
Here is thy fee, officer. Arrest him. I would not spare my brother in this case. He should scorn me, apparently.
Then I do arrest you. You hear the suit?
I do but obey thee till I give thee bail. But man, you shall buy this sport as dear as all the metal in your shop will answer for it.
Sir, I will have the law in Ephesus. To your notorious shame, I doubt it not.
Master, there is a bark of a damn that says but till her owner comes aboard. And then, sir, she bears away. Our project, sir, I have conveyed aboard, and I have bought the oil, the balsam, and the aquavitae. The ship is in her trim. The merry wind blows fair from the land, and they say for not at all, but for their owner, master, and yourself. How now, a madman, why, thou peevish sheep? What ship of Abdamnum stays for me? The ship you sent me to, sir, to hire wattage. Thou drunken slave, I sent thee for a rope, and told thee to what purpose and what end. You sent me for a rope's end as soon as you sent me to the bay, sir, for a lark. I will debate this matter with you at more leisure, and teach your ears to listen to me with more heed. To Adriana, villain, hie thee straight. Give her this key, and tell her that in the dustman's upper door with Turkish tapestry, there is a purse of ducats. Let her send it. Tell her that I am arrested in the street, and that shall bail me. On, officer, to prison till it comes. To Adriana, that is where we dine. Where Dalzell will claim me for her husband. She is too big, I hope, for me to compass. Thither I must, although against my will, for servants must their master's mind fulfill.
Angela meets with a merchant to whom she is indebted. After instructing Dromio to purchase for it, Antipholus of Ephesus approaches Angela. She requests the payment for the chain so she can pay the merchant. Antipholus denies having the chain and will not pay. The officer arrests Angela for not paying the merchant, but she demands that Antipholus be arrested. Dromio of Syracuse comes and reports the passage she found on a ship. Antipholus, angry and frustrated, sends him home for bail.
Ah, Luciana, did he tempt thee so? Mightest thou perceive austerely in his eye that he did plead in earnest? Yea or no? Looked he red or pale? Or sat or merrily? What observation madest thou in this case, his heart's meteors tilting in his face?
First, he denied you had him in no right.
He meant he did me none, the more my spite.
Then swore he that he was a stranger here.
And true he swore, though yet forsworn he were.
Then pleaded I for you.
And what said he?
That love I begged for you, he begged of me.
With what persuasion did he tempt thy love?
Words said in an honest suit my mood. First, he did praise my beauty, then my speech.
Did speak and fair?
Have patience, I beseech.
I cannot, nor I will not hold me still. My tongue, though not my heart, shall have its will. He is deformed, crooked, old and sear, ill-faced, worse-bodied, shapeless everywhere. Vicious, ungentle, foolish, blunt, unkind, stigmatical in making, worse in mind.
Tell us then of such a one. No evil lost, is wailed when it is gone.
Ah, but I think him better than I say, and yet would hear in others' eyes the worst. Far from her nest, the lapwing cries away. My heart prays for him, though my tongue do curse.
Here, go, now, to the desk, the purse, make haste,
How hast thou lost thy breath?
by running past.
Where's the master, Dromio? Is he well?
No, he's in tartar limbo, worse than hell. A devil in an everlasting garment hath him, one whose hard heart is buttoned up with steel. A fiend, a fury, pitiless and rough, a wolf, nay worse, a fellow all in buff, a back friend, a shoulder clapper, one who countermands the passages of creeks, alleys, and narrow lands. A hound that runs counter yet draws right foot well, one who before the judgment carries poor souls to hell.
Why, man, what is the matter?
I know not the matter. He is arrested on
debt? Tell me, was he arrested on a band?
Not on a band, but on a stronger thing. A chain, a chain. Do you not hear it ring?
What, the chain?
No, the bell. 'Tis time that I were gone. 'Twas 2 ere I left him, and now the clock strikes 1.
The hours come back. That did I never hear.
Oh, yes, if any hour meets a sergeant, they turns back for very fear.
As if time were in debt, how fondly dost thou reason?
Time is very bankrupt. He owes more than he's worth the season. Nay, he's a thief, too. Have you not heard men say that time comes stealing on by night and by day? If time be in debt and theft, and a sergeant in the way, hath he not reason to turn back an hour today?
Good, Dromio, there's the money, bear it straight, and bring thy master home immediately. Come, sister, and press down with conceit. Conceit by comfort and by injury.
Luciana reports to Adriana the conversation she had with Antipholus of Syracuse. Dromio arrives out of breath and recounts Antipholus' arrest. Adriana gives him the bail money, and he takes off once again. The women follow him.
Not a man I meet but doth salute me as if I were their well-acquainted friend, and everyone doth call me by my name. Some tender money to me, some invite me, some other offer me thanks for kindness. Some offer me commodities to buy. Well, even now, a tailor called me in his shop and showed me silks he had offered me. Therewithal took measure of my body. Sure, these are but imaginary wiles, and laughing sorcerers do inhabit here.
Master, here's the gold you sent me for. What have you got the look of old Adam new apparel for?
What gold is this, and what Adam dost thou mean?
Not the Adam who kept paradise, but that Adam that keeps the prison. He that goes in the calfskin that was filled for the prodigal. The man, sir, that came behind you, like an evil angel, and bid you forsake your liberty.
I understand thee not.
No. Why, 'tis a plain case. The man, sir, that when gentlemen are tired, gives them a sob and arrests them. He that takes pity on the cavemen and gives them suits of durance. The one that sets up his rest to do more exploits with a mace than his Morris pipe.
Well, thou meanest an officer.
Aye, the sergeant of the band. He that brings any man into answer for it that breaks his band. He that thinks a man always going to bed and says, God give you good rest.
Well, sir, there rests in your foolery. Is there any...
Why, sir, I brought you word an hour since that the bark expedition put forth tonight. And then were you hindered by the sergeant to tarry for the holy delay. Here are the angels you sent for to deliver you.
The fellow is distracted, and so am I. And here we wonder in present illusions. Oh, some blessed power delivers from hence.
Antipholus of Syracuse wanders the market, wondering at the warm greeting he receives by the people of the city. Dromio of Syracuse rushes in and gives him the gold for his release. Confused, Antipholus tries to understand the story that Dromio claims.
Fear me not, ma'am. I won't break away. I'll give the airy lady so much money as more than I'm arrested for. My wife is in a wayward mood today and will not lightly trust the messenger. That I should be attached to Ephesus, I tell you, 'twill sound harshly in her ears. Here comes my man. I think he brings me money. Have you that I sent you for?
Is that I warn you, sir, will pay them all.
But where's the money?
Why, sir, I gave the money for the road.
500 ducats, villain, for a rope?
I'll serve you, sir, 500 at the rate.
What end did I bid thee hide thee home?
2 ropes in, sir, and to that end am I returning.
And to that end, sir, I welcome you.
Good, sir, patience.
It is for me to be patient.
All right.
In adversity.
Then hold thy tongue.
He rather persuade him to hold his hands.
Thou whoreson senseless villain!
I would I were senseless, sir, that I might not feel your blows.
Thou art sensible in nothing but blows, and so is a mule.
I am a mule indeed. You may prove it by my long ears. I have served him from the hour of my nativity to this instant, and have nothing at his service but blows. When I am cold, he heats me with beating. When I am warm, he cools me with beating. I am waked with it when I sleep, raised with it when I sit, driven out of doors with it when I go from home, welcomed with it when I return. I bear it on my shoulders as a beggar won't hurt brat. And I think when he hath blamed me, I shall beg with it from door to door.
Come, go along. My wife is coming yonder.
Mistress, respice venum, respect your end, or rather the prophecy like the parrot, but where the rose been.
Wilt thou still talk?
His incivility confirms no less. Good officer, you are a convert, Establish him in his true sense again, and I will please you what you will demand. Alas, how fiery and how sharp he looks. Give me your hand. Let me feel your pulse.
There's my hand, may I feel your ear?
I charge thee, Satan, housed within this man, to yield possession to my holy prayers.
Peace, doting wizard, peace. I am not mad.
Oh, that thou wert not, poor distressed soul.
You meaning you, are these your customers? Did this companion with the saffron face revel and feasted at my house today, whilst on me the guilty doors were shut and I denied to enter in my house?
Oh, husband, God doth know you dined at home. Where would you have remained until this time, free from these slanders and this open shame?
Dined at home. Villain, what sayest thou?
Sir, sooth to say, you did not dine at home.
Were not my doors locked up and I shut out?
Heard he your doors were locked and you shut out.
Did she herself not revile me there?
Sans fable, she herself reviled you there.
Did not the kitchen maid rail, taunt, and scorn me?
Certes she did. The kitchen vessel scorned you.
And did I not enraged depart from thence?
In verity you did. My brothers bear witness, that since it felt the vigor of his rage.
Is it good to sit in these contraries? It is no shame. The fellow finds his fame, and yielding to reviewers well in his friends.
Thou hast suborned the goldsmith to arrest me.
Alas, I sent money to redeem you by Dromio here, who came in haste for it.
Money by me? Heart and goodwill you might, master, but surely not a rag of money.
Say, wouldst thou not her for a purse of ducats?
She came to me, and I delivered it.
And I witnessed with her that she did.
God and the rope maker bear me witness that I was sent for nothing but a rope.
Say, wherefore didst thou lock me forth today, and why dost thou deny the bag of gold?
I did not, gentle husband, lock me forth.
And gentle master, I received no gold, but I confess that we were locked out.
Dissembling villain, thou speakest false in vogue.
Dissembling harlot, thou art false in all, and art confederate with a wicked pack. But with these nails I'll pluck out these false eyes that would behold me in this shameful sport.
Oh, bind him, let him not come near me. The fiend is strong within him.
I me, poor man, how pale and wan he looks.
What? Will you murder me, thou jailer? I am your prisoner. Will you suffer them to make arrest you?
He is my prisoner, let him go.
Go bind this man, for he is frantic too.
What wilt thou do, thou peevish officer? Hast thou delight to see a wretched man do outrage and displeasure to himself?
No, but he is my prisoner. If I let him go, the debt goes will be required of me.
I will discharge the erring of me. Bear me forthwith to his creditor, and knowing how the debt grows, I will pay it. Good officer, see him safe conveyed home to my house. Oh, most unhappy day.
Oh, most unhappy strumpet!
Master, I am here entered in bond for you.
Out, wherefore dost thou mad me?
Wilt thou be bound for nothing, good master? Be mad! Cry the devil!
God, old, how idly you may talk. Go bear him hence. Sister, go you with me. Say now, whose suit is he arrested at?
What Angela, a goldsmith. Do you know her?
I know the woman. What is the sum he owes her?
200 ducats.
Hey, how sure is it due?
Due for a chain your husband had of her.
He did bespeak a chain for me, but had it not. It may be so, but I could never see it. Come, Joe, bring me where the goldsmith is. I long to know the truth here at large.
Charge! I see these witches are afraid of swords.
She that would take your life now runs from you.
Come to the centaur. Fetch our stuff from thence. I long that we were safe and sound aboard.
Faith, stay here this night. They will surely do us no harm. You saw they seek us there, give us gold. Methinks they are such a gentle nation that, but for the mountain of bad flesh to claim marriage with me, I can find it in my heart to stay here still and turn witch.
I will not stay tonight for all the town. Therefore, away to get our stuff aboard.
So, Antipholus of Ephesus and the officer are met with Dromio of Ephesus, who had a rope and not the money. When Antipholus realized that, he was very angry that Dromio did not have his bail money. So, Adriana and Luciana come and worried that Antipholus might be sick or even worse, demon-possessed. So, he tries to flee, but the guards capture him and Dromio and drag them off. When Adriana and Luciana and the officer remain and discuss the case against Antipholus, Antipholus and Dromio of Syracuse run up with swords in an attempt to scare the women. Angela and the merchant then outside the merchant find Antipholus and Dromio of Syracuse outside a priory, that is, an abbey. They confront Antipholus and accuse him of denying that he had the chain, which hung very plainly around his neck. Antipholus protested the fact, but then the second merchant tried to duel Antipholus, and then Adriana, of course, comes up and ruins everything. And she stops the duel, giving time for Antipholus to flee into the abbey. So that takes us to where we are presently.
Be quiet, people. Wherefore throng you hither?
To fetch my poor distracted husband hence. Let us commit that we may bind him fast and bear him home for his recovery.
I knew he was not in his perfect wits.
I am sorry, Nell, that I did draw.
How long has this possession held a man?
This week he hath been heavy, sour, sad, and much different from the man he was. But till this afternoon his passion never break into extremity of rage.
Hath he not lost some great wealth by wreck of sea, or buried some dear friend? But else his eye wander in unlawful love, a sin prevailing much in youthful men who give their eyes the liberty of gazing? Which of these sorrows is he subject to?
To none of these, except it be the last, namely some love that drew him off from home.
You should for that have reprehended him.
Why, so I did,
Aye, but not roughly.
as roughly as my modesty would let me,
Happily in private.
and in assemblies too.
Yes, but not enough.
It was the copy of our conference. In bed he slept not for my urging it, at board he fed not for my urging it. Alone it was the subject of my themes, in company I often glanced it, still did I tell him it was vile and bad.
And thence it came that the man was mad. The venom clamors of a jealous woman poisons more deadly than a mad dog's tooth. And food and sport and life-preserving rest, to be disturbed when mad or man or beast. Thence it is that thy jealous fits have caused your husband to have this loss of wit.
I never reprehended him mildly when he demeaned himself rough, rude, and wildly. You did betray me to my own reproof. Good people enter and lay hold on him.
No, not a creature enters my house.
Then let your servants bring my husband forth.
Neither. He took this place for sanctuary, and it shall privilege him from your hands, till I have restored him to his wits again, or lose my labor in his pain.
Antipholus is my husband. I will die in sickness, be it his nurse, for it is my office, and will have no attorney but myself, and therefore let me have him home with me.
Be patient, for I will not let him stir, till I have used all the approved means I have, with wholesome syrups, drugs, and holy prayers, to make of him a formal man again. It is a part and parcel of my order, charitable duty of my oath. Therefore depart and leave him here.
I will not hence and leave my husband here, and ill it doth beseem your holiness to separate the husband and the wife.
Be quiet and depart, for you shall not have him.
Complain unto the Duchess of this indignity.
I'll fall prostrate at her feet and never rise until my tears and prayers have won her grace to come in person hither and take perforce my husband from the abbess.
By this, I think, the dial points at 5. Anon, I'm sure the Duchess herself comes this way to the melancholy vale, place of death and sorry execution, behind the ditches of the abbey here,
Upon what cause?
to see a reverend Syracusan merchant, who, put unluckily to the bay against the laws and statutes of the town, beheaded publicly for his offense.
See where they come. We will behold his death. Kneel unto the Duchess before she pass the abbey. Miss Burns.
Yet once again proclaim it publicly. If any friend will pay to sum for him, he shall not die, so much we tender him.
Justice, most sacred Duchess, against the abbess.
Why, she is a virtuous and a reverend lady. It cannot be that she hath done me harm.
May it please your grace, Antipholus, my husband, who I make lord of me in all that I have, at your important letters this ill day, a most outrageous fit of madness took him, that desperately he hurried through the street with his bondmen, all as mad as he. We came to bind them. Then they fled into this abbey here, whither we pursued them, and here the abbess shuts the gates demands on us, and will not suffer us to fetch him out, nor send him forth that we may bear him hence. Therefore, most gracious Duchess, if thou command, let him be brought forth and borne hence for help. Long since thy husband served me in my wars, and I to thee engaged the princess word, when thou didst make him master of thy bed, to do him all the grace and good I could. Go, some of you, knock at the abbey gate, and bid the lady abbess come to me. I will determine this before I stir.
Mistress, my master and his man are both broke loose.
Peace, fool, thy master and his man are here, and that is false thou dost report
No,
to us.
upon my life I speak the truth. I have hardly 3 since I last did see it. He cries for you and vows to scorch your face and disfigure you.
I me, it is my husband, witness you, that he is borne about invisible. Even now we house him in the abbey here, and now he's there, past thought of human reason.
Justice, most sacred Duchess, grant me justice, even for the service that long since I did thee, when I bestood thee in the wars and took deep scars to save thy life. Even for the blood that then I lost for thee, now grant me justice. Justice, sweet princess, against that woman there, she whom thou gavest me to be my wife, who even in the strength and height of injury, beyond imagination, is the wrong that shameless she has thrown on me today.
Discover how, and thou shalt find me just.
This day she shut the doors on me while she with harlots feasted at my house.
A grievous fault. Same woman, dost thou so? No, my good lady. Myself, he and my sister today did dine together. So befall my soul if this is false, he burdens me withal.
Perjured woman, she is forsworn, and thus the madman justly charges her.
So, my lady, I am advised with what I say, neither disturbed with the effect of wine, nor heady rash provoked with raging ire. Albeit my wrongs might make a wiser one mad. This day, great Duchess, she shut me forth from dinner. That goldsmith, were she not packed with her, could witness it. For she was with me then, who parted with me to fetch a chain, promising to bring it to the Porpentine. Our dinner done, she give it not thither. I went to seek her in the street, I met her, and in her company that gentleman. There did this perjured goldsmith swear me down, that this day I received of her a chain, for which God knows I saw not. For the which she did arrest me with an officer. I did obey, and sent my peasant home for certain ducats, with none he returned. Then fairly did I bespeak the officer to go in person to my house. By the way, we met my wife, her sister, and a rabble more of vile confederates, all together. Then they fell on me, bound me, and bore me thence, and in a dark and dankish vault at home. There left me and my man both bound together, till gnawing with my teeth my bonds asunder, I gained my liberty, and immediately ran hither to seek your grace, whom I beseech to give me ample satisfaction for these deep shames and great indignities.
My lady, thus far witness with him that he did not dine at home but was locked out.
But had he such a chain of thee or no?
He had my Judy, and when he ran in here, everyone present saw it.
Besides, I will be sworn these ears of mine heard you confess you had the chain of her, after you first forswore it on the mark. And thereupon I drew my sword on you. Then you fled into this abbey here, from whence I think you are come by miracle.
I did never come within those abbey walls, nor didst thou ever draw thy sword on me. I never saw the chain, so help me heaven, this is false. You burden me with all.
Why, what an intricate impeach is this? I think you all have drunk of Circe's cup. If here you housed him, here you would have been. If he were mad, he would not plead so coldly. You say he dined at home. Goldsmith here denies that same. Sirrah, what say you?
Madam, he dined with her here at the Porpentine.
Sawest thou him enter at the abbey gate?
Assure my lady, as I do see your grace.
Why, this is strange. Go call the abbess hither. I think you all are mated or stark mad.
Most mighty Duchess, vouchsafe me speak a word. Happily, I see a friend who will save my life and pay the sum that may deliver me.
Speak freely, Sir Easy, what thou wilt.
Is not your name, sir, called Antipholus? Is not that your bondman, Dromio?
Within this hour I was his bondsman, but he, I think him, not unto my courts. Now am I Dromio, and his man unbound.
I am sure you, both of you, remember me.
Ourselves we do remember by you, for as of late we were bound as you are now. You are not Pinch's patient, are you?
Why, it looks strange on me. You know me well. Oh, grief hath changed me since you saw me last, but tell me yet, does thou not know my voice?
I never saw you in my life until now, and neither.
Dromio, nor thou?
No, I am sure I do not. And whatsoever a man denies, you are now bound to believe him.
Tell me thou art my son Antipholus. But 7 years since, in Syracuse, boy, thou knowest we parted, but perhaps, my son, thou shamest to not acknowledge me in misery.
I did never see my father in all my life. And I never saw you until now.
Holy Syracusian, 20 years have I been patient to Antipholus, during which time he never saw Syracuse yet. I see thy age and dangers make thee dote.
Most mighty Duchess, behold a man much wrong.
I see 2 husbands, or my eyes deceive me. One of these men is genius to the other. Which is the natural man and which the spirit? Who deciphers them?
I, madam, Dromio. Command him away.
I am Dromio. Pray let me stay.
Hey, Gian, art thou not? Or else his ghost?
Oh, my old master, who hath found him here?
Whoever bound him, I release his bond and gain a husband by his liberty. If thou beest Asian, speak, and speak unto the same Amelia.
If I dream not, thou art Amelia. If thou art she, tell me, where is that son that floated with thee on the fatal raft?
By men about to damn him, he and I, and the twin Dromio, all were taken up. And by and by, Rufus Sheridan of Corinth came, and by force took the twin, Dromio. I, to his fortune, I received him.
Why, here begins this morning's story, right? These 2 Antipholus, these 2 so like, and these 2 Dromios, one in semblance. Besides, her urging of their wreck at sea. These are the parents to these children, which accidentally are met together. Antipholus, thou camest from Corinth first.
No, madam, not I. I came from Syracuse.
Stand apart, I know not which is which.
I came from Corinth, my most gracious lady. And I with him, brought to this town by that most famous warrior, Duke Menopon, your most renowned uncle.
Which of you did dine with me today?
I, gentle mistress.
And are you not my husband?
No, I say nay to that.
And so do I. And yet did she call me so? And a gentlewoman, her sister, did call me brother.
Is that not the chain that you had of me, sir?
I think it be, madam. I deny not.
And you, ma'am, for that chain arrested me.
I think I did, sir. Did I not?
I sent you money, sir, to be your bail, by Dromio, but I think you brought it not.
No, none by me.
I believe this purse of ducats I received from you, and Dromio, my man, did deliver them to me. I see we did still meet each other then, and I was taken for him, and he for me. And thereupon these errors arose.
These ducats I pawned for my father here.
It shall not need, thy father hath his life.
Oh, there, take them, and much thanks for my good cheer.
Duchess, will you not go into the abbey and down with us? And here, long of course, are many adventures. After such long grief, such festivities.
With all my heart, I'll gossip at this.
Master, shall I fetch your stuff from shipboard? Dromio, what stuff of mine hast thou in heart? Those still lay at the host? Sir, in the centaur?
He speaks to me. I am your master, Dromio. Come, go with us. We'll look to that anon. Embrace thy brother here. We're George. Good sir.
And there is a fat friend in the kitchen for me for you today. Now, she shall be my sister, not my wife.
Methinks you are my glass and not my brother. I see by you I am a sweet-faced youth. Will you walk in to see their gossiping?
Not I, sir. You are my elder.
That's a question. How shall we try it?
We'll draw cuts for the senior. Till then, lead thou first.
Nay, then thus, we came into the world like brother and brother. Now let's depart, not one before another.
We want to thank the people of Shiloh Presbyterian for letting us use their facilities. We'd like to thank our families for their help as we figured out the practice and schedule and all that hazardous stuff. It took forever to figure out. We'd also like to thank our volunteer actors, Mr. Burns, who played Levi Boyle, who played prison guard. And Patton Fox, who played an Imperial Guard. We'd also like to thank our Giles Kirk teachers who have led us through this educational path. Without them, we wouldn't have had the guts to do this.
Or we've had to do it.
Their dedication to our education was just a blessing, and we are sad to. Most of us have graduated this year, and so we will not be in their classes anymore, and we all are grieved by that, but we do thank them for the dedication they have with us. And to those of you who are still enjoying their teaching. We do have a few refreshments, some lemonade and water, and some mints, if you would like to stay. We also would ask that some volunteers help us take down everything. The lighting and the set was a help. We also, one last thing that I nearly forgot, Mr. Ned Wynn, who helped us with lighting.
Thank you, guys.
Too modest. You see, she was the one responsible for basically editing the entire script. As we all know, Shakespeare had quite a vocabulary, all of which is appropriate to the modern day society. So give her a round of applause.